here's some real crazy shit. This ain't electronic stuff. I'm trying to think if there's any more electronic type stuff. Our phones are just weird. Our phones, they act up. Our phones, there's something about, there's some kind of this frequency interferes a little bit with it or something. You know, it's really strange. But I do have to tell you about this. This is crazy. This is some crazy shit. It was like a week, maybe 2 weeks. I think it was about a week, maybe two, after the reconnection. You know, I'd get my coffee and I'd go out. I've got a little table. We got a table out in the back. And I'd sit there and have my coffee, you know, because the rabbits come out and squirrels come out and birds and whatnot. And the sun will come up over there, which starting to get cold. You know, it was the 1st of October. It wasn't quite real cold yet. Actually, it was the end of September, middle to the end of September. And, you know, I got there and an interstate, we got an interstate about a half mile away, but you can hear in the morning, you can hear it. And then as the town starts to wake up, you can hear cars coming up and down a street called Columbus Avenue right out here. Of course, you can hear the squirrels and the birds and this and that. But this is what's crazy as hell. Okay, so like, sound always comes into my ears, you know, and it always comes in like blended. And obviously the loudest sound, the most obtrusive sound is going to be the one that takes over. And then if you listen, you can hear the other sounds type of thing, you know what I mean? And some of the other sounds, you can't really hear them. But like when that loud sound, like if it was a loud truck going by or whatever, when that goes away, then you can hear those other little subtle sounds, right? So, you know, you have all this sound coming into your eardrum, and I guess it vibrates and sends signals to your brain. I don't know how it works. But I wasn't hearing the shit. The shit was coming to me. The frequencies of every single thing I heard, every single thing around me, individually, completely clear as a bell at the exact same time. It was freaking craziest thing I ever did. I mean, there was no blending. You know, the sounds didn't mush together and the loud sound took over. I could hear the loud sound. I could hear the quiet sound. I could hear the middle sound, the high-pitched sound, the low sound. This shit got so crazy. I'm sitting here. I mean, I'm telling you, dude, crazy shit happens to me. Crazy shit. So, I'm noticing this. I'm like, oh my God, you know. And I can see everything that I'm hearing. You know, the squirrels running through the tree. Two of them are chasing each other. You know, and there's a bird over here singing. There's a bird over here, and one pecking over here. And you know, I can hear the interstate, and I can hear cars going up and down Columbus. I can hear this guy over here starting his car. I can hear every single sound around me, but it wasn't like I was hearing them. It was like the frequency itself. I was receiving the frequency of that sound. You know, the sound itself has sound, a vibration, a frequency, but you can receive that sound without hearing it. This is insane. A freaking bug, you know, and I'm hearing this one sound that's sounding weird, right? An ant has got like a big moth or something, and he's dragging it through and he comes to a blade of grass, and you know, it's bigger than him, so he has to pull it over the grass, and then, you know, little feet going. And I'm watching this dude, and it's matching the sound. This has the sound that I'm hearing that I can't find the source. And I'm watching this. This only happened once. The other shit, the only time I ever heard an insect was once. The other shit I heard for a whole week. This went on for an entire week, and it hasn't happened since. But, you know, that little ant would come up to a grass, and he would pull that thing off, you know, like that bug over the top of it, and it would, then, you know, you could hear his little feet, and then, you know, he would pull it, like, and it would drag on the ground, and then it would get stuck, like, in between two blades of grass, and he'd sit there and struggle, and you'd hear, you know, struggle, and then he would pull it, and it would come through. Dude, who does that? Who can do that? You know, and I'm sitting here not believing it. I'm not believing what's going on, right? But every time he moves, it goes with this sound that I'm hearing. I'm like, there's no way I'm hearing this freaking ant, dude. There's no way I'm hearing this ant. But every single move he made, everything he did, went with this sound that I couldn't put on anything else. Everything else I seen. You know, I could see the squirrels, I could see the birds. I couldn't see the guy starting his car, but I know where he's coming from. You know, he's across the field, 2 or 3 houses over there. And I can't see the interstate, you know, but I know heard the interstate because it's always a hum that's just always there. And but that was insane. That was insane. And during that same time, for the couple weeks, every time I looked up at the trees, and the trees would blow through the sky, I would cry. Not every time, but most of the time, I would just cry if I'm in that love and feeling. You know what I mean? Because you'll get to where you are just feeling so much love, man, that you just... It's like watching a love story, you know, a movie where you just, you know, you don't want to cry, man. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing. Let me think, because there's other shit, man. There's other stuff. Just crazy stuff. It doesn't make any sense. And of course, I've told you about the time changes. For the last couple days, they've changed. It's changed. I haven't hardly had any time changes. And I can't figure out what's going on with that, because I'm addicted to it. It happens to me at least 10 times a day. It's and it always, most of the time, adds up to 9. A lot of times it adds up to 7. But I look at the clock, it changes. It's not one of the things, you know, I've done said this a million times, so I'm not going to talk about it. But hey guys, if you would like, share, and subscribe, I really would appreciate that. I kind of bearing my soul here and giving you guys the Consumer Reports version of the Reconnection. So please do that. Love y'all. Peace.